now.
Hello, Seth. Happy birthday. Just sitting here and scribbling down a few things. I thought I'd just give you a little timeline from the time when you were born till up to date. And I'll just start out here. From the time you were born, you were bossy. By the time you were 20, you were bossy. And at the time you're 40, you're still bossy. So that's a good start. When you were about 2 years old, you were still able to undo your mother's blouse to suck titty, in case you didn't know that. I mean, that was kind of you was already smart enough to do that. You didn't have to talk much because you grunted and pointed and everybody did everything for you, but when you did decide to talk, you started talking in sentences. You know, time went on, you were a mischievous little kid. You almost got us arrested by throwing mud on the police car's windshield, if you'll remember that. Some of these you'll have to finish the story for everybody that's interested. But that was a pretty good dramatic day when the cop come driving up with you and Kellen in the car. That was in the 4th grade, by the way. You got finned by a catfish, I remember, down on the river one day, and from that time on you wouldn't handle a fish to take the hook out of its mouth. So I had to take the fish off the hook for the next 36 years or whatever long it was, whenever old you were to do that. You grew, and by the time you got into junior high, one of the coaches was already calling you Pharaoh because you wanted to run things all the time, which is pretty good for, I mean, that's still typical of what you're doing today. You caught Granny Kite's mattress on fire, but you denied it to this day, I imagine. You still say you didn't do it, but you were the only one in the house. You're the only one with matches. I appreciate you taking up for me when you were in high school. You came home crying because somebody had said something about me that had made you mad, and I thought I was really proud of you for that. And I think what I told you to do when I finally found out what it was, to go ahead and punch him in the nose. And I don't know that you did that, but I know you would have if he'd have done it again. I appreciate you abusing the old blue pickup. You know, you said you told me you took it out and hot rodded it up and down the road and blew the muffler off of it one time. So, you know, I really appreciate that. I remember your first day in Stephenville in the weight room. I was proud of you because I knew that that was a very trying time for you because it was hard. I mean, you weren't used to doing that, and the weights were heavy, and you were suffering, but you made it, and you did very well. From that point on, you actually dominated Stephenville football. I remember watching you and being very proud of you out there while you playing defense and running and, you know, making a man out of out of yourself out on the field. I remember throwing a shot put, how much effort you put into that. You know, you had your 56-foot throw shot put that was that I don't think you thought it was going to happen. But I was proud of you for that. You know, I think you went on and, you know, that's a great accomplishment right there because you worked at it very hard. I remember going to see that guy in Granbury regularly. You know, that's a good job. I remember when you went off, when you graduated finally, and you got off to North Texas, that you acted like a big baby. On the day that you left, you had to come over, and I mean, I thought, I don't know, I thought I was going to have to give you a pat on the back or a burp or something to get you gone. But you finally left, you finally got out on your own, and you did very well. Seth, I'm so proud of you. You've been an athlete and a scholar. You're a conqueror. You're an inventor. You're a entrepreneur. You're a daddy. You're a husband. And you're a good son. And I think these first 40 years are just getting you started. I can't wait to see what the next 40 years